Amy, let me tell you about a magical place that is so exactly designed to be enclosed space, year-round fun for the whole family that I bet you already know what I'm going to say before I even say the name. Let's say it together on 3. 1, 2, 3. Great Wolf Lodge. You got it, Amy.
My kids loved Great Wolf Lodge when we went. You probably already know that it has a huge indoor water park with a wave pool, lazy river, a bunch of massive water slides. But then your pack can hit the other attractions because, wait, there's more.
Great Wolf Lodge has adventure-packed attractions like Magi Quest, a live-action game kids can play throughout the lodge, plus the Northern Lights Arcade. Spent some quality time there, so your kid who loves the lazy river and your kid who loves fantasy games will both have a great time.
Great Wolf Lodge also offers great dining options and complimentary daily events like nightly dance parties, all under one roof. Unpack the car once and you're settled in to have fun. And with 22 lodges across the country, you're always a short drive away from adventure.
We've both had such great times at Great Wolf Lodge, so bring your pack together at a lodge near you. Learn more at greatwolf.com and strengthen the pack.
Welcome to Ask Amy from What Fresh Hell Laughing in the Face of Motherhood, solving your parenting dilemmas one question at a time. This week's question comes from Jenna, who emailed us to say, I have a question. Since you guys, she means me and Margaret, both have big families, how does everyone get fed when you get together for a few days? Do you get takeout for every meal? Do people take turns cooking? I'm the only person in my husband's family who can cook, so I end up doing all the cooking when we get together, and I end up exhausted and don't get to spend time with everyone. I would love to know what you guys do. Thanks. Love this question, Jenna, because I think a lot of us will be getting together this summer with extended family, maybe even more than usual to make up for not at all the year before. And yet we'll also be sticking close to home for a lot of reasons, a lot of like staycations with cousins. This also is near and dear to my heart, this question, because I was one of these people who used to do it all. We have a large extended family, like you said. I'm the oldest of 6 kids. There are now 15 grandchildren, and the entire group of us, or, at least the large majority of us, get together once a year. We skipped last summer. It's back on for this summer. And in the first couple of years, we would host this at my house and a house nearby. And I used to do it all. I never left the kitchen. I, had my shopping list, did my meal planning. And still, of course, by the time you finish breakfast, it's time to set up for lunch. By the time you finish cleaning up lunch, it's time to set up for dinner. There was a distant relation of ours who I heard remark within earshot that Amy does all this chopping and fresh herbs. And I don't know why she does this. I mean, we're simple. We don't need any of this. While I was cooking this person their 70th meal. And it wasn't that I didn't want everybody there. I truly did. I looked forward to these times all year round. It's just that you were immediately like, I'm not leaving the kitchen. I'm working so hard. People don't get it. People don't appreciate it. It took a new arrival, a new sister-in-law to show up and say, wait, this is nuts. We get together and she does all the cooking every day. And so I'm going to say for you to get your way out of this to a solution that's more sane and sustainable for you, you might need a third party to say, hey, I wonder if there's another approach. Can we maybe make this a little bit easier on Jenna so it's not just you with your built-up resentment, blowing your stack? The way it happens now, we have the same group that gets together for 5 to 7 days every summer. I mean, at this point, it's like 27 people and we can't all fit in one house anymore. So we're kind of in the same neighborhood. And the way we do it is that breakfast is just Costco-sized, whatever. We show up with giant value-sized bins of granola and that kind of thing and paper bowls. Although we do use solo cups, those red cups that you drank from in college. And we write our names on them and we rinse them out at the end of the day and stack them up on the windowsill. It's actually it's much better than a dishwasher. We end up using many fewer cups than we do even when we were using glass cups. But here's what I want to talk about, really. Lunch and dinner. We decide this several weeks ahead of time. Each household, each, set of people that live together somewhere else the rest of the time get one lunch and one dinner. Trading slots is allowed. It's a double opt-in process, but you have your slots. So when you're coming for this big week in the summer that you have Tuesday lunch and Thursday dinner. Some people like to do Thursday lunch and dinner, have one bad day and then be done with it. That's up to you. You can do it how you want. And then that slot is up to that family from conception to presentation kitchen to clean up. And it can be takeout or it can be a Barefoot Contessa masterpiece. You can come with the lasagnas in a cooler so you're ready, or you can call the Mexican place that afternoon. And we're half kids in this huge number of extended families. So, I mean, it's always going to be, to some extent, quantity over quality. But as long as there's food at the appointed time or shortly thereafter, and as long as there's enough food for everybody, you kind of have to let go of your expectations around what dinner should look like, or that you made your own, chimichurri, and then the next day it's hot dogs and potato chips. You're going to have to, let go of all that stuff. I am aware, bringing this up as an alternate way for it to work, that this worked really well for me, and it was easy because I had somebody else to say, hey, I think we should be doing it this way. You need to tread delicately around making a change like this, because I'm assuming the way it's going now is working pretty well for everybody else, actually. And I'm guessing that you are good at this, that you are a good host, and you are making the work invisible, which of course is never as good an idea as it seems to those of us who do it all. But you deserve to be fully present, and I'm sure you probably don't seem as overwhelmed as you probably feel. So you're going to get your number one ally ahead of time, whether it's your spouse or your sister-in-law, and then get them to introduce to the group with you, hey, let's try something different this year, because then you can leave your past feelings out of it. You can also, by the way, leave your apologies. I'm sorry, guys. I know it's usually this way, but just leave that part of the sentence out. And then, like I said, you let go of the outcome. If there are a few too many hot dog dinners this year, and then everything you were doing in the past gets more appreciated in retrospect, that's so much the better too. But it is refreshing for us do-it-all types to put some of the work down and see the world miraculously turn without us, and realize nobody was really asking us to do it all in the first place. Jenna, I hope that helped. Let us know how it goes this summer. Send us your questions and we might answer yours next. Questions at whatfreshhellpodcast.com. Thanks for listening.
Insurance isn't one size fits all. That's why customers have enjoyed Progressive's Name Your Price tool for years now. With the Name Your Price tool, you tell them what you want to pay, and they'll show you options that fit your budget. So whether you're picking out your first policy or just looking for something that works better for you and your family, they make it easy to see your options. Visit Progressive.com. Find a rate that works for you with the Name Your Price tool. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.